that's true. Naked Palpatine.
Oh, you pick that one. Fresh out of the clone tank, nude Palpatine is my
Well, that's the first thing I think of when you say Dark Empire Palpatine.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Halo Expanded Universe. I just have two short things for you today, which is from Halo Evolutions, a very short story. From the office of Dr. William Arthur Iqbal. It's this little thing, basically saying how there are still Covenant factions out there. There's peace right now, but that probably won't last forever. And that Oni's taken more charge right now. And that there are relics and places still of significance. That's basically it. Halo Initiation is a comic about Sarah Palmer, who is a Spartan 4. We meet Sarah Palmer in Halo 4. But yeah, this whole comic is just about the creation of the Spartan 4s, which, so you know, is an improvement over the rest of this franchise, because instead of it being children, these are adults who volunteer. So, as the Polygon video says, and I will keep referencing, incremental progress. But yeah, it's fine. It's nothing spectacular, I think. There's one really big thing I want to mention, but I'm going to save that for spoilers, but it was quite a revelation to me. But, other than that, like, do you need this? Not necessarily, but it does add some interesting backstory to Sarah Palmer. Like, we learned that she was originally an ODST, and then she got the augments, but yeah, I had a good time with it. It's not the greatest thing ever, but I had fun. So, I recommend it. Anyway, that's it, guys. Sorry for the shortness of it all, but that's all I have for you today. So, if you don't want spoilers, time to go. Otherwise, let's talk about it. So, in the beginning, we have this guy, Musa, who's a Spartan 2, but he's in a wheelchair. And he talks about cultists of the Covenant and new insurrectionist groups and old ones re-emerging. And so the galaxy may seem to be at peace, but there's a bunch of things building up that will be an entirely new threat entirely. The biggest thing here is Sarah Palmer survives her ODST mission. That's during the games. And she's in the hospital for a bit, and when we catch up with her, somebody comes to recruit her to become Spartan 4. Now the big thing here, and what I immediately noticed, was that he had arrows on his head. And I lost my mind. It was later confirmed to me that the guy that tries to recruit Sarah Palmer for the Spartan 4 program is June. Now June was a sniper from Halo Reach, and we never actually knew what happened to him. But he did survive Reach. Now he's here, training or recruiting for Spartan 4s. And I just thought that was awesome. It also says on like the cover art that this is a lead into Spartan, or to Halo Spartan Assault, which is a little tiny game that's not huge, but we'll discuss that later. And other 4s, in case it matters in a future story, are Edward Davis, Young Haste, Vladimir Surge, and Joel Thomas. We also get the Infinity Starship in this story, which is cool. There's basically a ship takeover that's happening. We learn about the first Spartan 4 ever, and how she rebelled after her augmentations to join the insurrectionists. Her name is Isla Zane, and she basically fights Sarah Palmer and loses and gets sent in the outer space. But then she gets saved, but it's Oni. Um, and that's about it for the story, you know. And then we get to see Sarah Palmer's new Spartan outfit along with all the other ones, and they're gonna keep making Spartan 4s. And yeah, it's the thing I remember a little bit ago. Sorry. As I reviewed these two young adult novels written a bit later, but were during the Covenant War. And it's about these kids, right? And at the end of it, now this isn't inherently a contradiction. If they were to write another story, they could fix it. I don't think they're going to. But these kids during the Covenant War are being asked by the end of it if they would like to become Spartans and if they could become Spartan 4s. Now, I guess it's conceivable that Oni was already planning on this next stage back then. However, it very clearly seems to be the case, especially by the story, that the Spartan 4s are something created more recently because there's things coming to light recently with Spartan 2s and Spartan 3 programs, more of the Spartan 2 program because the Spartan 3s are at least kid volunteers that were orphans, but it's still like they're children. But Spartan 2s, you know, were stolen. And so that's coming to light in the public eye. But Spartan 4s are volunteer adults, so that's much more ethical. So it seems like Spartan 4 is a more recent development. But the YA novel tries to claim that it's all the way back then, which just seems tonally off and weird, and I don't like that at all. So that has nothing to do with this story, but I'm just mentioning it because it was something I noticed that they mentioned Spartan 4 so early on in the timeline. But that is what it is. Anyway, next time, we'll move on to Halo Thursday War by Karen Travis. Till then, let's finish the fight.